Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Today we will see Chapter 8, Canto 1 of Bhagavatham with the title Prayers by Queen Kunti and Parikshit Saved. So Sutta Muni, he said that the Pandavas along with Draupadi, Kunti Devi, Dhritarashtra and Gandhari, accompanied by Lord Krishna, they reached the Ganges and they offered water to their dead relatives with a very heavy heart. After which they bathed in the Ganges and purified themselves. Lord Krishna and the Munis present there tried to calm and pacify their minds because many of them were still in a state of shock of having lost their loved ones. Having sensed that the Pandavas were emotionally very weak, Duryodhana and the other kings tried to take over Yudhishthira's kingdom. Lord Krishna, he knew of Yudhishthira's state and he loved Yudhishthira a lot. Lord Krishna was well aware of Duryodhana's wicked plan and he killed him. The other kings also met their death because they had humiliated and misbehaved with Draupadi in the court where they roughly handled her hair, and because of which they met their death. And Lord Krishna is said to be a karma sakshi. He is a witness to everybody's actions. So he advised Yudhishthira to perform 3 horse sacrifices. The horse sacrifices are called as Ashwamedha Yajnam to unite the kingdom under his power and to spread his fame. Then Krishna sat on his chariot and was about to begin his journey to Dwaraka when Uttara, the wife of Abhimanyu, came rushing towards him in fear, which is stated as Uttaram Bhaya Vihvalam. Uttaram meaning Uttara, Bhaya Vihvalam, being afraid. She pleaded Lord Krishna to help her because a fiery arrow was coming towards her at great speed and she was also carrying Parikshit at that time. So she requested the Lord to protect the unborn child and she didn't mind getting burnt by the arrow. Lord Krishna immediately knew that this was Ashwatthama. He had launched the Brahmastra to kill the unborn child because he wanted to wipe out the Pandava dynasty. In the previous chapter, we saw that Ashwatthama beheaded the 5 innocent sons of Draupadi when they were sleeping in a tent. So just imagine how cruel Ashwatthama was. He's using Brahmastra to kill an unborn child. Krishna is a Bhakta Vatsala and he will immediately come to the rescue of his devotees. So he immediately took out his Sudarshana Chakra and protected all of them there. And he used his spiritual energy and he entered the womb of Uttara and he protected the unborn child. The moment the deadly Brahmastra encountered Lord Krishna's energy, it had to surrender. Hence all were safe there. Then again Krishna got onto his chariot and before he started his journey to Dwaraka, he asked his beloved aunt Kunti Devi as to what boon she wanted from him. So Kunti Devi is the mother of the Pandavas and the wife of Pandu, and Kunti Devi's brother's son is Lord Krishna. So Lord Krishna is Kunti Devi's nephew. Kunti Devi loved Krishna a lot and she was very grateful to Lord Krishna because of the countless help and blessings he had showered upon not just Kunti Devi but also her sons and protected them. So from this, we need to understand that we should also daily count our blessings which the Lord has showered us and we should always remember it. So Kunti Devi instantly praised Lord Krishna and she composed the beautiful Kunti Stuti where she praises and glorifies the Lord. So in the Stuti we can understand her deep love for Lord Krishna. The Stuti begins as Kunti Uvacha, meaning Kunti said, I prostrate to you, who is beyond everything, who's inside and outside all beings. But many don't realize it, which is stated as Alakshyam Sarva Bhutanam. You stand behind the screen called Maya, which is stated as Maya Javanika Channam. Maya meaning illusion, Javanika meaning screen, Channam meaning covered. You are invisible to an ignorant person, just like an actor on the stage who performs different roles, but the common man doesn't recognize him. Stated as Nato Natyadharo Yata. Not just ignorant people, even great spiritual people can't recognize you. So how can I understand you? All I can do is prostrate to you as the son of Vasudeva and Devaki. Later on, you grew up as the son of Nandagopa. Then you took care of the cows in Gokula, which is stated as Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Then she described the Lord by comparing him to a lotus flower. She said, Nama Pankaja Nabhaya. Pankaja means lotus, Nabi meaning navel. So I offer my salutations to the one whose navel has a depression which resembles the lotus flower. Nama Pankaja Maline, the one who wears flower garlands made out of lotus. Nama Pankaja Netraya, the one whose glance is as cool as the lotus. Namaste Pankajangraye, the one whose feet resembles the lotus flower. Then she said that how you released your mother Devaki from the prison and the tortures given by the evil king Kamsa. You protected me and my sons from the constant dangers in our life, Krishna. You have protected us, like she states few examples like when Bhima was poisoned by the Kauravas, you brought him back to life. When the Kauravas asked us to stay in a palace made out of lac and they wanted to burn it and kill us, by your grace, Vidura asked us to dig an underground passage from the palace to the forest by which we escaped. Then we were supposed to stay in a forest filled with man-eating demons like Hidumba and Bakasura. Again, we were protected by your grace. Then 13 years of exile, we had to be in the forest, which is called as Vanavasam. Again, we crossed that period because of your grace. When Draupadi was humiliated in the court, only you protected Draupadi, Krishna. No one else came to her rescue. You protected us from the great generals who fought against us in the war. You protected us from the great weapons used against us in the Mahabharata war, and now again from the Brahmastra. Then Kunti Devi, she made a very bold wish. She said, let calamities and difficulties come to me again and again. Because when calamities and difficulties come to me again and again, we can see you again and again, Krishna. The more we see you, our bonds with the samsara are cut. So here, from this we can understand the intensity with which Kunti Devi prayed and believed in Lord Krishna. Then, when a person is materially inclined, he becomes very arrogant and he moves away from the God and he finds it very difficult to reach the God. Whereas, you are easily within the reach of the sadhus who are called as akinchanas, who only think of you with devotion and they don't possess any other wealth. For the akinchanas, the sadhus,